post-lab discussions. So pH calculations, we have Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and bases. So acid is a proton donor while base is a proton acceptor. We have here the reaction between acid plus base, HCl or hydrochloric acid plus water. So the product is a conjugate base plus the conjugate conjugate acid plus conjugate base. So this is hydronium ion and chloride ion. Another example is water plus ammonia. So you have acid and base. So this one is conjugate acid, ammonium ion, and we have the hydroxyl ion or hydroxide ion is conjugate base. So this one is a reversible reactions. So pKa, it is equilibrium constant of the chemical reactions known as dissociation in the context of acid-base reaction. So Ka is equilibrium constant in the ionization of the acid. When you say ionize, there is a transfer already of electrons. So the equilibrium constant is known to be Ka. So for the computations, pKa equals to negative log of your Ka or your equilibrium constant. So usually we have calculations of pH weak acids. So just familiarize this one. So most of you are already know how to compute the pKa and then the pH based on our formula. Okay. So vapor and vapor capacity. When you say vapor, it is an aqueous solution consisting of a mixture of acids and a conjugate base or a weak base and its conjugate acid. So when you say there is what we call reactions between the two acid and base, so usually it is already the vapor wherein there is what we call conjugate base and conjugate acid. So for hydrochloric acid plus water, so there is what we call a conjugate acid known as the chloride ion, and we have the conjugate acid means we have the hydronium ion and plus the chloride ion. So this is known to be the vapor already, mixtures of that one. Okay, that is weak acid. So weak acid, the pH is between 6.5 to 7. It is pH changes very little when a small amount of strong acid is added, and thus it is used to prevent changes in the pH of the solution. So if you add strong acid in a basic solution, so there is what we call changes in the solution wherein solutions become acid, or a strong basis added to a acid solution, it will become acidic. So to prevent the changes, vapor is added in order to maintain the acidity and basicity of the certain solutions. Vapor solutions are used as a means of keeping pH and nearly constant value in a wide variety of different chemical applications. So this is considered to be solutions wherein vapor maintains the chemical compositions and of course maintain the constant value of the specific solutions. That's why vapor is added in certain solutions. So take note of the example also of our computations. So carbonates and phosphates are the principal inorganic vapors found in the human body. Okay, proteins and hemoglobins, usually these are known to be vapors also because it contains the negative charge and the positive charge based on the structure of the proteins or the general structure of amino acids. They are considered to be amphoteric property. Metabolic processes continually form acidic substances like lactic acid and phosphoric acids that are liberated in the body's tissues. So usually acid substances, mga lactic and phosphoric, usually these are metabolized and they are liberated, or they are considered to be excreted also in the body. So bicarbonates react with them to keep pH falling from falling too much, or there is what they call if there is lactic acid and acidic in the human body, so pH of the body, example, our body maintains a neutral pH of the blood, maintains a pH of 7. So if there's lactic acid, phosphoric acid that are being metabolize, okay, or form uh, from the metabolic process. So it will affect already the pH of the body, that will lead to decrease, and it will lead to abnormal conditions already. So when an acid is added to a base, so we have bicarbonate plus hydrogen ion, it will form bicarbonic acid, or bicarbonic acid, or carbonic acid, I mean, not bicarbonic. So there is what we call a reversible reaction where water plus carbon dioxide, it will lead to the formation of the acid. Now this is considered to be addition of bicarbonate is the base, and this one is considered to be the acid, I mean. So when a base is added to the uh, acid, so bicarbonic acid example, this one, plus the hydroxyl ion, so it will form water plus bicarbonate. So this is considered to be a constant or reversible reactions. So for experiment number 1, pH measurements, vapor. Why is it important that the pH of the body fluids like blood remain virtually constant? Okay, so usually the pH of the body remains virtually constant because number 1, our body, or even digestive tract, I mean, maintains the pH of